Good evening and welcome to the news roundup for Friday the 6th of October. Before we get into the news, please remember to like this video, share your views in the comments, and share the video with your family and friends.
Reach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Now for the news in detail. Police investigators and the scenes of crime personnel gathered at a scene in the foothills of Warwicker Hills in Rockfort, East Kingston this evening, where two bodies believed to be those of a woman and a baby were found. Sources indicated that both bodies were burnt and had what appeared to be gunshot wounds. It is believed that the bodies are those of 27-year-old Tashina Patterson and her 10-month-old daughter, who is the child of East Kingston and the Port Royal Member of Parliament, Philip Palwell. The police will depend on DNA results to identify the two bodies. Investigators were reportedly led to the location by one of two male suspects they have been interrogating since Wednesday. Meanwhile, earlier in the day, Deputy Commissioner in charge of crime Fitz Bailey confirmed that 3 men and a woman had been taken into custody in connection with the disappearance of the mother and child in early September. Bailey named one of those arrested as Leoda Bradshaw, a 34-year-old member of the U.S. Navy, who is also the mother of one of Palwell's children.
In light of the misinformation swirling in the public domain regarding the disappearance of Miss Tashina Patterson and her 10-month-old child, I deem it necessary to provide to the public the official brief at this time. On Saturday, September 9, 2023, a missing person report was made to the police at the St. Andrews Central Division regarding the disappearance of Miss Tashina Patterson and her 10-month-old child, Sahara Palwell, from their home at 3 Galmore Drive, Kingston 20. Since then, this investigation has morphed into a very complex case of kidnapping and conspiracy. The quality and potency of the evidence amassed thus far has led us to take into custody 4 persons in relation to this investigation. One of those persons is Miss Leoda Bradshaw, a 34-year-old petty officer in the U.S. Navy. The persons in custody will go through a series of administrative procedures before formal charges are considered.
Vice Principal at GC Foster College of Physical Education and Sport in St. Catherine, Gibbs Williams, was killed this afternoon while at the compound of a medical facility in Portmore. Head of the St. Catherine South Division, Senior Superintendent Christopher Phillips, says Williams, who was a national cricket manager, was attacked at the Portmore Hospital complex. It is reported that Williams was called outside of the medical facility, after which 3 explosions were heard. He reportedly ran back inside covered in blood. Williams was then rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The police in St. James seized 4 guns and several rounds of ammunition in separate operations on Thursday. They say 2 Remington shotguns along with 17 12-gauge rounds were seized in the retirement district. Reports are that during an operation which was conducted between 10:15 a.m. and 12:15 p.m., an open lot was searched. The weapons and ammunition were found inside a garbage bag under a mattress. No arrest was made in connection with the find. Meanwhile, an M16 rifle with 1 magazine containing 25 5.56 rounds and a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 13 9mm rounds of ammunition were seized in the Flower Hill district. The police report that about 11:30 a.m., a team conducted operations in the area and the premises was searched. The police say the 9mm pistol along with ammunition was found wrapped in a handkerchief atop a cabinet, while the rifle along with the 5.56 rounds was found on the roof. 1 man was subsequently taken into custody. A licensed firearm holder was fatally shot by the police during an alleged confrontation at a traffic stop in St. Catherine on Thursday night. The incident is being investigated by both the Police's Inspectorate and the Professional Standard Oversight Bureau and the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM. The deceased has been identified as 39-year-old Inigus Hyman of Green Acres, St. Catherine. Reports are that about 8 p.m., a team of traffic cops were carrying out duties along Old Harbour Road when the driver of a Honda Accord was stopped. He was reportedly asked to exit the vehicle. While doing so, he reportedly grabbed one of the policemen and a tussle ensued. Hyman allegedly pulled his licensed firearm from his waistband and allegedly opened fire at the police. The fire was returned, during which he was injured. He was taken to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The man who died in Thursday's bus crash in St. James has been identified as 50-year-old Dylan Hines, the father of dancehall artist Topman. Hines was among 7 people who were in the bus traveling along the Long Hill Main Road when it plunged into a ravine. The accident, which occurred about 3:30 p.m., left 6 others, including the driver and the students from schools in Cambridge and Anchovy, hospitalized. Reports are that the driver of the Toyota Hiace minibus had picked up passengers in Cambridge and was heading to the transport center in Montego Bay. On reaching a section of the Long Hill Main Road that had recently broken away, the driver lost control of the vehicle, which landed several feet below. Just hours after the crash on the Long Hill Main Road in St. James, another public passenger vehicle was involved in an accident, this time resulting in 6 passengers being treated at the hospital. Reports are that about 8:30 on Friday morning, the driver of a silver Noah bus was transporting passengers from the Montego Bay Transport Center towards Hopewell in Hanover. On reaching a section of the Spring Gardens Main Road, the driver of a silver Honda CR-V, which was traveling close behind the Noah, swerved to avoid being hit by a female driver who was traveling in the opposite direction and collided in the rear of the bus. Both drivers escaped injuries. The Mount Salem Police in St. James have launched a manhunt for a 23-year-old man who reportedly stabbed his own brother to death during a dispute at their home in the Farm Heights community on Thursday night. Dead is 21-year-old Winston Pusey, otherwise called Tan, a laborer also of Farm Heights. Reports are that about 11:50 p.m., Pusey and his older brother were at home when an argument developed between them. It is further reported that the older sibling used a knife to stab his brother in the region of his chest before escaping through a window. Their father, on hearing the commotion, went to investigate and discovered his injured son. He was rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where he died whilst undergoing treatment. The Trelawney police are seeking the parents of a newborn girl who was abandoned along the Sawyers Main Road last night. The police report that about 7 o'clock, a resident was walking along the roadway when a motor car was seen coming to a stop and someone aboard placing something on the side of the road. The woman made checks and found the baby girl wrapped in a blanket. The police were summoned and the baby was taken to hospital where she was admitted. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency was also contacted. Anyone with information that can aid the investigation is being asked to contact the Falmouth Police at 876-954-3073 or the Duncans Police at 876-954-2433 or the Police 119 emergency number. In business, J. and Nephew Limited has distanced itself from the controversial closure of Crab Circle in Kingston on Thursday over sanitation concerns. The Kingston and St. Andrew Health Department was forced to shut down the food joint over the unsanitary action of a female vendor. It was disclosed that, among other things, the location lacks adequate water and bathroom facilities. Crab Circle was renovated by J. and Nephew Limited in April of 2022 at a cost of $13 million. In a statement today, the company underscored that it fulfilled its obligation under a Memorandum of Understanding that was signed with the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. It noted that this did not include addressing infrastructure needs at the establishment. J. and Nephew has delivered on the areas agreed, which does not include infrastructure. Therefore, all questions related to the infrastructure works ought properly to be directed to the municipality, it said. We wish to express our sincere disappointment regarding the unfortunate event that transpired. particularly in light of our significant investments made in the rehabilitation of the area in 2022, Jerry and Nephew added. And that is it for your news roundup for today. We would appreciate you liking this video, leaving a comment, and sharing the video with your family and friends. Have a good evening and see you next time.